Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome. I am so grateful to have you here, sharing this experience with me. Tonight, we're going to be working with the energy of the Gemini New Moon, a moon connected to the mind, to perception, to communication, and to duality, light and shadow, logic and emotion, the parts of ourselves we openly embrace, and the parts of ourselves we've learned to hide. And this new moon energy isn't really asking us to become someone else. It's inviting us to become curious. Curious about the thoughts we carry, the patterns we've adapted to, and the parts of ourselves we sometimes avoid or judge without fully understanding. Because so often, what we call the shadow side is simply the part of us that learned to protect, the part that became hyper-aware, guarded, controlling, fearful, or doubtful, because at some point it needed to. So tonight isn't about fixing those parts of yourself. It's about gently exploring them with curiosity instead of judgment, allowing yourself to understand before trying to change. And if part of you feels uncertain right now, while another part of you feels ready for growth, you are probably exactly where you're meant to be. Before we begin, I wish to inform you that Reiki energy is infused in this session and is available to you should you choose to receive it. Reiki is a gentle form of energy healing that has been practiced for centuries. The energy is not bound by time or space, so whether you're listening to this now during the Gemini New Moon or later, trust that the energy is still available to you and that you are finding this video exactly when you need it. If you wish to receive this Reiki energy, I ask that you simply say yes out loud or in your mind's eye, providing your consent. And if you do not wish to receive the Reiki energy, that's okay too. Simply do not provide consent and you will not receive. You will, however, benefit from the meditation portion of this session. Your body, your choice. Always do what feels right and true for you. Gemini energy is connected to duality. The understanding that multiple things can exist at the same time. You can be healing and still hurting, growing and still afraid, strong and still tender. And tonight, we're gently exploring the understanding that our shadow side is not separate from us. It's a part of us that adapted, that was created out of necessity, a part that learned certain patterns, behaviors, or a way of being in order to survive what we experienced. And healing isn't about rejecting those parts. It's about learning how to safely understand them. So I invite you now to go ahead and get comfortable, however that looks for you. And we'll begin by letting your body settle. Notice your breath. No need to change it. Just noticing. Let your awareness slowly come into your body, feeling the surface beneath you, feeling where your body is supported, allowing your shoulders to soften, your jaw to unclench, a breath to deepen naturally. You're safe to arrive here slowly. I want you to imagine that you're walking beneath a dark night sky. The moon above you is new, hidden, not absent, just unseen. The air feels calm, quiet. There's a stillness to the night around you. And as you walk, you notice something in the distance, a doorway, softly glowing, not bright or overwhelming, just enough to guide you forward. As you slowly approach, you notice the doorway seems familiar somehow, safe and welcoming. Beside the doorway, there's a lantern gently flickering, steady, calm. You realize this place isn't asking you to become someone else. It's inviting you to know yourself more deeply. So when you feel ready, I invite you to step through the doorway. Inside, there's a quiet room, warm, peaceful, dimly lit with soft golden light. The room feels still, almost suspended in time. And across the room, you notice someone sitting there, a version of you, your shadow self. Take a moment just to observe them. No judgment, no need to change anything, just noticing. How do they appear? What energy do they give off? Do they seem guarded, tired, sad, protective, or anxious? Do they feel familiar somehow? Notice the details, the way they sit, the expression in their eyes, the posture of their body. As you continue to look at them, you begin to realize there's familiarity here. You're looking into your own eyes, a version of you, not separate from you, but a part of you. And now, if it feels safe enough, you slowly walk closer, not rushing, allowing your body to move at its own pace. And when you feel ready, you take a seat across from them, just sitting together for a moment, breathing, observing, allowing. And as you sit here, you may begin to notice emotions arising, maybe compassion or discomfort, maybe sadness, understanding, or simply curiosity. All of it is welcome here. And now, very gently, allowing yourself to become curious about this part of you. What is this shadow trying to protect you? What burden has it been carrying? When did it first begin to exist? When did it feel the need to become this version of you? And now, just allowing your shadow self the opportunity to speak, not through force, not through pressure, just allowing whatever naturally comes. Perhaps there's words, perhaps emotions, perhaps you're receiving memories, or maybe sensations within the body. And maybe this shadow self begins sharing with you why they were created. Maybe they say something like, I learned to protect you. I learned to stay small. I learned to control so we wouldn't get hurt. I learned how to shut down or hide. Not because you were weak, but because at some point these things helped you survive. And now, allowing yourself to notice something deeper, beneath the fear, beneath the coping, beneath the protection, there is love here. A fierce kind of love, a protective kind of love, a part of you that steps forward and says, I will carry this so you can survive. And maybe for the first time, you begin seeing this shadow self differently, not as broken or bad, not as something shameful, but as a part of you that adapted the best way it knew how. A part of you that has been working tirelessly to protect you, even when its methods became painful. And just sitting with that for a moment, allowing yourself to feel whatever comes, whether it's emotion, grief, gratitude, or softness. And if it feels okay, you may gently move closer to your shadow self, perhaps sitting beside them. And if your body feels ready, you may choose to embrace them or hold their hand. or simply sit near them, whatever feels safest for you. And as this connection deepens and happens, you notice how differently you are now seeing this version of yourself, not through judgment, but through understanding, through compassion, through curiosity. Allow yourself to sit in this space for a couple more moments. The time has come for us to get ready to leave this space and say goodbye to your shadow self. Perhaps you wish to say something, maybe thank you, or I understand you more, or you don't have to carry this alone. Allow your words to arise naturally or not. Now, it's time to say our final goodbye. You may choose, if it feels right and safe and aligned for you, to embrace your shadow self, perhaps inviting them to merge back into you, understanding that they are a part of you and that together you are whole. Perhaps you decide on a handshake, or perhaps a wave as you cross the room towards the door. Regardless, as you leave here, the energy remains that you will not allow this shadow self to disappear again into the darkness, that you will no longer reject them or hide them away, that you will acknowledge them for the loving guidance and presence they bring into your life, and that now that you have reconnected, that together you guys can make decisions based on what's right and true for you in this moment, because they no longer need to protect you as much anymore. As you leave this space, notice how it feels differently than when you entered. Not because everything's fixed, but because something has been understood. And understanding creates softness, and softness creates safety. Just take a moment to breathe, allowing everything you experienced here today to gently settle into your system. No need to force meaning from it. No need to analyze everything right now. Just allowing the experience itself to exist. Healing is not about removing your parts of yourself. It's about learning how to safely hold all the parts of you. with compassion, with understanding, with curiosity, and eventually with love. I thank you for being here with me tonight, friends. And more importantly, thank you for showing up for yourself in this way. This kind of work, this kind of willingness to gently understand yourself matters more than you realize. And I'm honored to be able to explore this with you. If this session supported you, you're always welcome to like, subscribe, and share to help this work reach the people who need it. And if you feel called to explore your healing journey more deeply through trauma-informed healing, Reiki, or one-on-one support, those pathways are available to you as well. Wherever you are in this journey, you don't have to do it alone, and I am honored to walk alongside you. Namaste, my friends.